Hello, welcome back to Chapter Day. Happy Thursday. I pray that your week is coming along just fine because today we are going to be reading Job chapter 34, which means we are closing in on the end of this chapter. Maybe about 6 or so more chapters, give or take. And then we'll be finished with the book of Job. So we have heard all of the arguments of Job for himself and all of the accusations of his friends against him. And the last one we heard was Elihu, who was the youngest, I believe, of all of the men present there. And he was giving his own opinion and his statements as to what's happening with Job. Okay, so let's see chapter 34, and we'll continue hearing Elihu speak. Furthermore, Elihu answered and said, Hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge. For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and God hath taken away my judgment. Should I lie against my right? My wound is incurable without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinketh up scorning like water, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men? For he hath said, It profiteth a man nothing that he should delight himself with God. Therefore hearken unto me, ye men of understanding. Far be it from God that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should commit iniquity. So I guess what Elihu is saying here, God is not unjust. God is not the one who is doing wrong. Job, he says, who is like Job, that drinketh up scorn like water, and goes in the company of wicked men? So then it profiteth a man nothing that he should delight himself in God. Therefore, far be it from God that he should do wickedness. So in other words, Job, again, I guess, is getting his just desert from God, because God will not judge unfairly. All right, let's continue. Verse 11. For the work of a man shall he render unto him, and cause every man to find according to his ways. Yea, surely God will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty pervert judgment. Who hath given him a charge over the earth, or who hath disposed the whole world? If he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. If now thou hast understanding, hear this, hearken to the voice of my words. Shall even he that hateth right govern? And wilt thou condemn him that is most just? Is it fit to say to a king, Thou art wicked, and to princes, You are ungodly? How much less to him that accepteth not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor, for they all are the work of his hands. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand. So again, we cannot say that God is unfair, that God is doing wrong. God knows when we are doing wicked, and the wicked will be punished. Okay, verse 21. For his eyes are upon the ways of men, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For he will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with God. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turned back from him, and would not consider any of his ways. So all that he's saying here is saying that, you know what, God punishes the wicked. So even if it's not explicitly said, it is being implied Job is wicked, okay, and he's receiving God's punishment. Verse 27. Because they turned back from him and would not consider any of his ways, so that they caused the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. That the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared. Surely it is meet to be said unto God, I have borne chastisement, I will not offend any more. That which I see not, teach thou me, if I have done iniquity, I will do no more. Should it be according to thy mind, he will recompense it, with whether thou refuse or whether thou choose, and not I. Therefore speak what thou knowest. Let men of understanding tell me, and let a wise man hearkeneth unto me. Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words were without wisdom. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end because of his answers for wicked men. For he addeth rebellion unto his sin. He clappeth his hands among us, and multiplieth his words against God. Whoa, some friends, huh? Job, you are guilty. God is punishing you because you are a wicked man. You have done all kinds of bad things. You also, when you are trying to defend yourself, you are telling lies. You are speaking without knowledge. And until the end, God is going to try you, because they already signed, sealed, and delivered Job to death. His end is going to come soon. All his riches and, all that stuff that he was maybe looking so put together with, and they were honoring him. Most likely they were his friends because he was a wealthy man. I'm so glad. You know what? Sometimes God has to reveal things to us for us to see the people that we are affiliating with. Sometimes we need to know. And what he's saying here, Job is adding rebellion unto his sin. So Job is speaking up for himself and saying, hey, I have done none of these things, or I have done these things. And they're saying, you know what? You need to stop telling lies. Whew, God is not an unjust God. You are reaping exactly what you sow. My goodness. Sounds like us sometimes. We try to defend ourselves. You know what? Sometimes we just need to be quiet and let God speak. In words or actions. So that's the end of chapter 33 of Job. And thank you again all for listening, commenting, and I pray you all too are reading. So if you have any clarifications needed, you maybe can find it yourself. Oh, shoot me a question. I'll try my best to answer it. All right, until our next reading, keep on hearing God's word and having our faith grow. Take care. Bye.